Going Deep Show is not responsible for your divorce, arrest, termination, suspension, eviction, restraining order, paternity test, or sudden urge to drunk dial an ex. For further assistance, call 989-341-3314. Go deep. Hot Girl Summer collides with politics, hockey horns, sketchy motels, and the terrifying realization that everyone eventually becomes the guy ranting at 7-Eleven. It's time for the Goin Deep Show for Thursday, June 4th, 2026.
She flicked her bean for 40 hours.
No, I did that in the morning.
Are you morning bean flicker or are you evening bean flicker?
It seemed like a good idea in the morning. Hot girl summer, man.
That's what
it was just delayed.
Wasn't it last year that you were going to do that?
I was gonna. Wally derailed that, but it was just delayed. And I was actually just texting with Zool last night about how, she's having a hot girl summer too. So it's going to be, maybe together, maybe apart.
There's going to be no shortage of going deep stories now.
Fuck it.
I have a prediction, and it's probably already come true. Wally with the divorce thing and his normal, he usually does similar things each time he goes through a breakup. He's going to drop a shit ton of weight. Okay. Whatever weight he gained, wedding or marriage, post-marriage, he was only married for, I think, 2 years. 2 years, maybe?
Yeah.
But he'll drop down. He'll get skinny.
He had lost quite a bit between then already and last summer.
He does that. He's a little flexible when it comes to that ups and downs. You ever had that situation where it's like, I'm single now, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to do my thing?
But I work out all the time when they're married. Well, except for when the kid was born. I mean, I think everybody has that when you've got a young one and all you're trying to do is get sleep,
Yeah. I go to 7-Eleven every day before we come here to do the show. And every time I walk in, I'm like, all right, what kind of fucking retarded shit's going on here today? Because it's on what, Kosciuszko? 22nd Street, Kosciuszko, Salzburg, Bay Road.
Yeah,
what other fucking road? I had seven
Lafayette.
names. Yep. Lafayette. 7 fucking names for one road. Young's Ditch.
Yep.
Those are all the names for the same fucking street. Yeah, we're not confused at all in this city. So, not to be really super serious, but I know we start off sometimes with like bridge shit or this. Former Bay City manager, I think, getting in some trouble down in Lansing. For harassment. He's treating the girls bad.
Oh.
Not treating the boys the same. I'm like,
I guess I'm not familiar with who he is. So I just know the
Bellman. Yeah, he was. I know he was married to a former reporter at the paper. And I don't give two shits about him doing what he's doing. I mean, he's probably my age. What I give a shit about now in general, and this again, this is going to throw this dynamic between like the current assholes just doing whatever the fuck they want and overcompensating for the levels of like being told what to fucking do for however many goddamn years it is. But do you think do you think men and women should be treated the same?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. To a certain degree, I get that. I get in a respectful way. Yes, 100%. Yeah. So why do we not respect this? Why do women not respect our shit? Make fun of our shit all the fucking time. And we just got to take it, right? So, but the second we do it, oh God forbid we fucking do this. Oh, right?
It's payback. It's payback for all the
payback for what?
The patriarchy.
all the oppression.
You know how often men think about the patriarchy?
Because it's a system that benefits them.
It's a list that only the women have.
What's confusing as fuck is where women want men to be men, but yet they don't want us to be men.
Yeah, it's confusing as hell.
That's what always, throws a wrench in it.
I'm fine with girls doing girl shit. I love that. In fact, the hottest, the most attractive women do women shit. They don't need to do man shit. But somehow that's really fucking fuzzy now.
So to you, what is women shit?
I'm Mexican, so my women shit is completely different than fucking honky white shit. Okay. See, I have the benefit of having...
the words barefoot and kitchen are somewhere in there.
I have the benefit of having a very German, white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed mother, so I can say whatever the fuck I want on that side. And I have a very dark-skinned Mexican father, so I can say whatever the fuck I want on that side. And who's going to fucking question me about it?
You forgot you're part Irish.
I am part Irish, for sure, so the anger is there. No, but I think I blame how we consume things. I blame algorithms. I blame
it's the media. And I've talked about this on the mic before, that there's so many perceived issues that I think for the most part, we all agree. Like you said, treat everybody with respect.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be different.
I want to make people smile, have a good time, and laugh.
The baseline is treat people with respect. And I think most people not only want that respect and give that respect piece out. It's these microcosms of these influencers that just blow things out of proportion. You know, like you have that like clavicular guy that's talking about the male loneliness epidemic and all this bullshit. And it's this huge problem apparently, but nobody I know deals with it, right? Like it's not the issue that it is. It's these fucking super awful incel white guys that are projecting what's happening to them specifically, which is a very small population.
And it's their bubble.
They're just loud enough that it seems like it's this big fucking thing. But most men that I know think that's bullshit because they don't treat women that way and they don't expect that of women. It's a non-existent problem.
Yeah. For a fact, I get on the podcast and I say stuff to kind of rile the conversation. People... In general, you think for a minute I would not have a girlfriend if I didn't show some type of fucking respect to that. I get on here to kind of stir things up, but I think you nailed it with it's the media, it's the bubbles we get into, and the fact that all these algorithms have figured out, oh, this bubble is into this one's into that. Let's gradually move them together, and that's kind of what happens. You know,
what's sad is, and you're kind of saying the same thing that I'm probably going to say is really the only reason why they're even mentioning it is because they want the attention to sell something or to get their 5 minutes of fame in that. So otherwise,
well, that's why Fox exists.
People wouldn't fucking give a shit about what the person that's living in his mom's basement playing video games all night long. I mean, smoking weed.
Yeah, so I tend to not want to lump everybody in these little groups. I don't want that. I'm an artist. I like to hang out with people who think differently than me. I used to get into these little scuffles with my ex-mother-in-law, but her and I would always walk away respecting the conversation. I still message her about, hey, we should go get a coffee, or hey, we should talk. She's great. Their whole family's awesome. I still have a very strong, feeling about those moments because it's like, okay, cool. I was able to get through that and knowing she thinks differently than me, and she made me think a little different, and it kind of goes back and forth. Right now, everything is like, I believe this, you can't believe the same as me, and if you do, you're over here, and if you don't, you're over there.
We're such a polarized country, and it's 100% the media's fault. It's 100% the media's fault. And like you said, the algorithms and everything. So yeah, there's nobody can come to any sort of agreement, and it starts at the top with the president, right? Yeah. Like, and all that bullshit, and it's in politics, and it has seeped its way into our culture as Americans.
Well, when we grew up, did you guys have the same feeling towards the president or somebody who's that much in charge and thought, okay, this guy's kind of setting the pace for what we should or what we can believe in about the country?
I miss the days where I went months without even thinking about the president. That's what I miss about our country. Is when I didn't have to even fucking think about it. Yeah. Because it was a non-issue. And if it was an issue, it was because he showed up wearing a fucking tan suit. Because that was the biggest goddamn thing that was an issue. I mean, it's just it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, it was a shit show this week that, not going to attend his son's wedding, but also Bohemian law doesn't allow sex.
I saw something about that, that like, because he has a conviction.
Yep. He can't
even enter the country.
So,
I saw something about that, but then there was the convenient, how many assassination attempts are we on now?
Yeah.
Like,
then,
what's going to happen is this motherfucker is going to finally die. Doesn't even matter the cause. He's going to finally die and nobody's going to believe it because it's the boy who cried wolf.
Everything he says is...
You know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, is it another fake one? Like, what's going on? It's so fucking stupid, dude.
I didn't fact check the fact that his new daughter-in-law's dad used to be the financier banker for Epstein. That's
probably. I'm sure.
Are you fucking serious?
Sure. They're all fucking connected for crying out loud, dude.
I mentioned a slush fund for filing a complaint that was 2 years overdue. That's been
I don't know, man.
There's so much to make fun about. So
I really want to go back and find this woman who started to write down all the stuff per day just to kind of just seeing it for the first few months from last year is just overwhelming. But this, what I love is, okay, my girl, she tries not to pay attention to it. I, of course, have it on my brain. So I wake up in the morning, I'm reading, I'm keeping up. I'm just a junkie that way. So I've read the story about him giving or having that 1.776 billion to distribute out to the fucking people who shit on the desks and broke the windows and killed a cop and stuff. And I'm like, I say that to her and I tell her that that's what's going on. And she's like, no, that can't be real. I'm like, it's not getting real. It's not getting real.
Five people that are supposed to be entrusted with the fund that he gets to help appoint. It's just such a shit show. But Colbert, the Late Show canceled with a real good send-off with Paul McCartney and Elvis Costello and John Pastille.
Did you see him on the Monroe TV public access thing?
Yeah.
I just learned about that late last night. Haven't had the chance to watch it yet. Did you actually watch it?
I've just seen a couple clips.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's
fucking
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Jack White was on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember this. You were probably way too young. You were probably in middle school when this went down. That trick, because this is probably shit. But you definitely remember it because you may have been in the house that you live in. Barney's used to, in the day, not allow dancing or loud music. You can't dance in Barney's. It just can't, right?
Polka.
So it became like this big news story, like Footloose kind of a thing. And the Daily Show did a bit where they sent Stephen Colbert to the Barney's in the South End here. And he does a conga line out of Barney's and through the neighborhood. And do you remember this?
Oh, I've seen the ad and I've got the QR code on the back of my hoodie that they did advertising-wise to go along with it about the legalized polka. So
it was pretty, I'm a big fan of all those late night guys. I think if there's...
The Saginaw Spirit had a mascot named after him for a hot minute too, because they had this naming contest. It like crashed the website because it was right after I worked for him. I just remember it crashed. His followers crashed the website because so many people went to go vote to name this ascot. It was like what, Stiegel, Colbeagle, the Eagle or something. Yeah. I was at the game. Yeah. I was at the game that it debuted, and it was so funny because it was like this mini mascot. They had this kid who was like a teenager in the mascot. I remember him coming onto the ice and he fucking fell. Like he just ate shit. Like it was so funny. They redid the intro in between periods to try to get better footage, and he fucking fell again. Oh my God. I'm like at this game, like this is fucking hilarious. And guess what? Obviously, every single clip he used, because I made sure to watch it, was all the fucking just eating shit. And I'm just
gotta go find
this is fantastic. Oh my, but anyway, he did it the whole season. Like the coach at the time was the same coach when I worked for him. He would call in weekly to let him know how the team was doing. I mean, it was a really cool thing. For Saginaw at the time, you know, and it was before he was on a Late Show. It was when he had that person, that persona, the Stephen Colbert persona in that show, the Colbert Report. So it was great, dude.
You know how there's all these roasts that they do, nowadays, and they usually have a few up and comers on the roasts. Some people you may not have heard of. We've probably heard of them because we keep in touch with that kind of stuff. But the Chevy Chase roast from years and years and years ago was one of they said that Chevy didn't want to get released, and it was Colbert was one of those younger comedians on this roast, and it was pretty good. But Chevy he was kind of pissed from what I read. He gets up there and he pretty much says, "Who the hell are you guys to make fun of me? Fuck off!" And then he just like leaves. It was nothing.
But that tracks with everything that you've heard about him as he's gotten older. You know what I mean? And just being a complete dick.
You wonder if that's just part of his like thing now, where he's just. I don't know.
Expected.
Yeah. I'm going to be a fucking shithead. But when it comes back to free speech and all this stuff, I hate to say it, but they're going to come for the podcasters at some point. Especially if Rogan starts to like turn or say some things that go against that. Every person that he's loved who turns on him, they're fucking full of shit and bullshit. Fuck them. There's no little gray area there.
Shapiro is skated at trying to change his dialogue and everything like everybody else is because they're losing followers. They're,
How can they gain them? I mean, when you got Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson fucking going up against, it's like, probably should. But it doesn't seem like he's doubling down almost. He doesn't even give a fuck about losing the people that are going to like drum up more support. It's fucking crazy.
Classic narcissist.
Oh, shit. I found some funny fucking bullshit that I wanted to...
You always do this.
I've been really bad.
Get to it.
I've been really terrible. I've been really terrible lately. Sexcapades with a hat trick.
Yeah.
Hey,
Were there any sexcapades in the past couple of weeks? It's been a while now. Let's preview. Tease them a little bit.
We did have some skeezy motel sex a couple weeks ago.
Fuck yeah. Do. Back to the hotel. Okay. I have a couple of things I want to get to. And this is going to be super relevant because we just brought up the whole... male, female, mom thing. This is not really mom thing, but there's a story that I read today. It's about how moms, once you become a mom, you kind of become like your sexual desires get put on the back burner. Not you per se, hat trick, because yours. This thing is as I'm reading this article, I can already hear you in my head going, "Nope, that's not right. I do whatever the fuck I want." But society and you mentioned earlier about what is a woman's thing to do and this and that. Well, it's natural for a woman to want to nurture and raise the kids. It's just a thing. I just think that's important. But anytime a woman, I blame Madonna for this slightly. Madonna, some other women who are a little out there trying to almost overcompensating for a little bit. They were the ones that, that has brought on this, slut shaming situation and stuff like this. So I want to know, when you didn't have any intentions of having children, I didn't have any intentions of having kids either. But a guy being a ladies' man or a player or any of this thing is almost this. He's a ladies' man. He does these things. And during my single days, I fucking had my fun. I'd had my fair share of good times. But I don't think women can be braggadocious about it without getting some type of side eye from other women. And that's the bigger thing. Where guys, when we do it, let's say Sean's out there playing, man, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, come on, tell me more. Tell me the stories. I want to know. I want to live. I want to hear it. I want to daydream about it. I want to do all this stuff. But women, I think, unless you have that crew who's in the same kind of boat, it's not like if you got 4 kids, 6 kids, whatever, and then your friend that's going out fucking a bunch of dudes, if you're the one who can't go fuck a bunch of dudes, you're kind of like, fuck, I'm home stuck with the kids, or vice versa. You know what I mean? It's for guys, it's just tell me the stories. I want to hear the stories. Do women do that too, where they want to hear the stories? And is there any jealousy or envy and stuff there?
I think you said it right, because it depends on the friends, right? Like, I have a few friends that know about all of this. Like, there's a couple of them that I'll be like, they just like you guys live vicariously through me. Like, and they're in relationships and good relationships, and it's okay. Like, they don't.
Dimples loves to hear the stories.
There's no resentment. They're just like, oh, I can't do that anymore, and I'm okay that I can't do it because I'm happy where I'm at. But I love hearing your stories.
Right. Oh yeah.
So I think it's, it depends on the person, right? Granted, there are some friends of mine that I'm like, I'm not going to tell them I'm doing this, and it's not necessarily because I'm afraid of them judging me. It's just that's not that type of friend. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't care anyway. So what's the point? But I do think that part of it goes back to that culture of us. It's women get slut shamed much more than men, and it comes from men and women, right? Like, it's just the society that Americans are prudes, right? We've talked about this. So I think some of it's just a culture aspect of that double standard of, viewing, men are expected to be players and to sleep around, but why is it not okay when women do, whether they're a mom or not, you know?
Well, I think part of it is when guys can get with more women or have more women around them, other guys wonder how, but other women wonder as well, as far as them.
Body
if that
count.
guy's good, if that guy it can be with that many people, well, why hasn't he picked me yet? Will he? There's obviously something there that's attractive about this, and well, you know, what's the intrigue there? It's a curiosity thing where if I'm hanging out with a group of dudes and you see a girl and she's overly letting it all hang out and this and that, don't get me wrong, we want to fuck the shit out of it. We see it, we're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do that. But to their friends, I don't think there's nothing you're gonna fucking settle with. You're not gonna be. You know what I mean? The curiosity's not there. It doesn't have to be there because you know there's the whore of the group. You know what I mean? There's the slut of the group. I guess, I don't know, it's different. It's different. I think women are intrigued by a guy who gets a lot of women. Guys want to hear about it. But on the flip side, it's almost the complete opposite.
Well, and you said it right there by assuming that just because she's got her tits out, she's a slut of the group. And that's a huge fucking problem.
Well, I didn't say that. Did I say the tits
No,
out?
but that's what you implied by saying,
You can
like,
usually
oh, well,
tell
she's
which
the one that has everything out. You know, but I'm not slamming what you're saying, but that's I think it's a subconscious thought, right? Like it's a subconscious thought. Whereas like if I want to put my tits out, I like looking at my own fucking tits. Like,
doesn't?
yeah, I can be kind of a slut, but that those two aren't mutually exclusive of each other. You know what I mean? But again, I think at the root of everything, it's a cultural issue. You know, looking at this article that you have up there, it reminds me of when the new Spider-Man with Tom Holland, when Marissa Tomei was cast as Aunt May, and everybody was all up in arms, like, oh my, because she's so too young, too hot, and I'm like, dude, she's 50, and he's a teenager.
She's older than 50, I think.
Well, but either way, she's the age that his aunt would be. We were just so used to seeing Aunt May as this old lady.
Yeah, the cartoon drawing.
And then people are, and then you have this whole, you know, the media talking about sexualizing her. No, she's just a good-looking woman. Nobody was trying to sexualize her. That's just she is an appropriate age to be his aunt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, she's a smoke show. Who cares?
Do you remember her in What Women Want? Oh God, when she's like, they're having sex and he's like, oh my God, he's figured this out. Don't do this. Don't do that.
What's the movie with her and Ethan Hawke where she's fucking banging him and Philip Seymour Hoffman? She's banging both of them. Philip Seymour Hoffman is fucking doing her doggy style, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is like a fucking weeble. You know what I mean?
He was a strange cat, but he acted.
He could act.
But his son is actually a really good actor too. So
this article, it's a good one. I read through it. I read through the whole thing, just like our president. And nothing bad can happen. Only good happen. Okay, by taking this into account, women are humans, just like men are humans. Okay, they think dirty things just like we do. Okay,
can confirm.
And they read more books than we do. And
they're far more nurturing than guys. Don't get me wrong. I want to take care of my kids, my protection of all of them. Okay, there's nothing on that. But I can't remember as a guy admitting what I'm about to admit. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? When it comes to like daily care of a child and things like this, it's like, oh yeah, did I feed you today? It's like, you know what I mean? That's how most guys, not all, okay, but me. I'm just like, shit, yeah, I got the girls today. I should probably figure out feeding them. You know what I mean? This is not at the top of my list, feed a kid.
So you're taking them to Hooters later.
Exactly. We go to Hoots. My birthday. What do we do for your birthday? Look at boobs. So overall, today's episode is all about blaming society and media for everything, I think is what it is, which includes us right here. But I said today, just on the way over here, I go to the fucking 7-Eleven, right? Wondering what the fuck bullshit's gonna happen in there. The one time it was some lesbo with her fucking wannabe girlfriend working. Today, it's old man. Old man's in there, and he's ranting about this one car. It's a white Impala, this and the what's going on? And you could tell the woman is just like not wanting to deal with that. So I go up to the counter, and I'm paying, and the other clerk is there working. And I said, I look her right in the eyes. I said, this is my worst fear right here. And she's like, what? I go, becoming this fucking guy right here, this guy. And then as I'm walking out, opening the door, I'm like, dude, you have a podcast with 2,300 episodes. You've been that guy for 22 fucking years. You just have a different outlet for it. Yep. When I go out into the world, I'm gathering. And in here, it's just like, dump it all out. Like, so it's like this outlet. But I thought, if your dad was alive, my dad still is, how nice would it have been to bring him in here and just get that? Because, dude, you would just hit the mic and just let him fucking go. They would go for hours. They would. Would your dad would probably, oh my God, your dad would probably go for fucking hours. The stories he would tell.
Dude, my fucking dad, dude. Half of it would be bitching about the current administration. Like, you can't.
Like we do.
Yeah, but it's to a different level. Like, you can't bring politics up around him because it's just, it's more draining than it is. Like, he is literally angry about shit. He chooses to be angry over shit he can't control. And I'm like, at some point, you gotta fucking move on. You gotta live your life and not let it affect you that way. And he fucking can't.
I try every January.
It's hard to get away from all this shit right now.
I do. I try every January to do it, and it is impossible.
And I get
so
wanting to be informed to a point and stuff like that, but he just, I don't know, he's miserable to be around because he's just living in constant misery. You know, I do believe he's got depression and refuses to treat it. So I think that's a little bit of it, that he's got some other shit, but
another reason guys suck.
No, don't get me wrong. When he's in a good mood and like stoned off his ass and telling me stories of his youth, like that's hilarious. It's fun to listen to some of those things, but that doesn't even happen hardly anymore.
So he's not just one blowjob away from a good, being in a better mood.
I wish, man. Like, but at the same time, I also don't think the man's been laid since him and my mom divorced in like 2001. So
start a fund.
Start a GoFundMe for blowies. Go blow me.
He's too miserable. None of these. I would not subject a woman to his fucking attitude, man. I love my dad to death, but I would not do that because he's just miserable.
I mean, okay, let's really just boil it right down to what it is. Not just the society and not the influence and all this stuff. It's all chemical balance shit. If I wake up in the morning, I feel like crap. I grab a coffee, shuck it down, I'm ready to go. And when you're hungry, I notice this with the stepdaughters there, man, and then they're starting to spin into fucking crazy land. It's like, suck down this candy, or eat a candy. You want to corn? You need to eat something. It's like we're all chemically fucked up, man.
This morning, like I'll admit that I somewhat picked the fight with my ex. How so? Well, it's this whole fucking co-parenting is a bitch. All right, we all can agree on that, yes. Right? And I'm sure there's a battle even when you're married to that person. Like I wouldn't know, but I'm sure that it is, right? But I don't know. I was between texting my daughter and her stepmom. I finally fucking laid into her dad, and I'm like, dude, you need to fucking figure this shit out because I'm sick of getting put in the middle of my daughter and your fucking wife. Like, and I'm friends with his wife. Like, so, but I'm
that's
like,
the reason why. Yeah.
I fucking went off on him. I'm like, you need to figure this shit out, dude. But I knew even after I sent him a screenshot and sent it. Like, I know it's my hormones. Like, I was already like starting to get irritable. Like, I can tell when I'm at that fluctuation, like you said, that imbalance. So I know that was part of it. And like even after the fact, I'm like, right? I probably shouldn't have said that.
You know what that is?
She needs the fireman's stick.
No, because being old, and I'm not trying to really think, but it's like recognizing that you feel that way, where before you just didn't know. You're just like, why? You just went with it. It's just growing up. It's just adult. You've done it so many times.
It's huge, and it is. I think it's a big step when you can recognize it, right? Like. And I knew it when I texted him, but I'm like, I don't ever fucking bring him into it, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of always, like, my daughter getting mad at me because I said something to her stepmom, and she's worried about her stepmom getting mad at her. Figure your shit out, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, my daughter should be able to talk to me without fear of repercussions from her fucking stepmom. And so I brought it up to their dad. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. And then, of course, him being the fucking idiot that he is, was all like, well, I don't know why she doesn't feel like she can talk to her. I'm like, I literally fucking told you. And if you refuse to see the problem, I'm done. Right. I'm fucking done. Like, I said a couple of things and we kind of went back and forth, and I'm like, whatever, this isn't worth it. Like, and I knew even texting him, I'm like, okay, if anything gets said, my daughter's going to be mad at me because I brought it up. But then where's that line of you're looking out for your kid, but at some point something's got to be said to the other parent.
Yeah. And
I was just it's all over her fucking phone getting replaced because it's like a refurbished phone because there was issues with it. I don't know. It barely fucking works. And her stepmom's like, well, it's almost paid off and we'll get her a new one. And I'm like, dude, you said it's going to be like sometime this summer. I'll fucking pay the balance of this goddamn phone off. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and I've told my daughter this, and she hasn't told her stepmom because she doesn't want her to get, I don't want her to get mad that I vented to you about it and complained to you about the phone.
Well, the kid said that?
Yeah.
And my kid's the same way.
I'm fucking done with it. And then I caught the stepmom in a couple lies in text because she's like, well, I'm pretty sure it'll be paid off in July and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I took a screenshot of my fucking Verizon. I'm like, look at mine. 18 of 36 payments. What do you mean you think it's going to be fucking paid off? It tells you exactly how many payments you have left and what the fucking payment is. Oh, well, I thought my payment date was a different. And then there was another one that she's like, all back in. I'm like,
this is all via text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, text is the worst.
I'm like, I know you're fucking lying to me, you know, because she's like, well, and you know, and she said that the phone that she wants is like the most expensive one. And I'm like, so I text my daughter. I'm like, what phone did you want? She's like, I don't know. I haven't even looked at them. So my daughter hasn't even looked at the phones, and I'm getting told this. Besides the fact that my daughter has a job now and has said, well, if the phone that I want ends up being more than you're willing to pay for, I'll pay the balance of it.
That's good of your daughter.
So it's all this bullshit, like I said, and her stepmom fucking lying to me. And I'm like, bitch, don't I'm going to talk to my daughter, and I'm sorry. I'm going to believe my daughter over you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because I catch her in stupid little lies like that all the fucking time.
Yeah. That's one of the things
and I'm so like, I'm just like, literally today, I'm just like, I have one more year. They will be 18 next year. Like, and I even went too, because that's the whole problem. Because like my daughter always complains because she's on their cell phone plan and my son's on mine because we split everything. And I'm like, whatever, it's going to be an issue. Just let's move your line to mine. Like, and then you don't got to deal with it. I don't fucking care. And so I have a buddy that works at Verizon, and I'm like, hey, quick question. Because the stepmom tried telling me like, well, they won't let you switch plans if there's still a balance on the phone. I'm like, bullshit, you just transfer the balance. And so I texted my buddy that works there. I'm like, hey, quick question.
Yeah.
And he confirmed everything. He's like, oh yeah, all you got to do is call this number and they'll send emails to you and to her and it's done. Easy peasy. And I'm like, okay,
they want to keep you as much as they possibly can.
But it is. It's a fucking control thing. Like she wants her on there because they think that they need to control her. And my daughter is like the most innocent freaking kid ever. And I'm like, all you're going to do is push her away.
Exactly.
Like they're already doing it. Like my daughter has said more than once how she's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to last this summer. I think I might be coming back to your house all the time. I'm like, that's fine. It's your house.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun,
you know?
dun.
And she said this to me multiple times. And so like I tried telling her dad, I'm like, dude, if you keep doing this shit, you're going to push her away.
Do you immediately kick into, how am I going to fuck the...
There goes
that is always a back more skeezy motel sex, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, but that's so...
So where did you guys go for the skeezy motel sex?
Euclid Motel.
Ooh, classic.
What room were you in?
Wasn't Paul's?
132.
132. When I was at the Euclid Motel during my prom.
Well, it was so funny because like it was a couple weeks ago, and like I said, the kids were at my house, and so it didn't work out. And my kid had a lacrosse game, and so I dropped him off. He had to be there like an hour and a half before his game over at John Glenn, and it was, I mean, not planned to like right beforehand, being like, well, actually, I've got a window, and he's like. He sent me a screenshot. He's like, let me see if they have rooms. And I'm like, okay. And so he did. And I met him. I dropped the kid off, like waited like 10 minutes till he made sure. He's like, okay, this is the room. Went there. Like, and it was hot because he even was like, he's like, you're a little slut coming over for this like skeevy motel sex. I'm like, I know, it's kind of hot, isn't it? Fuck yeah, dude. And so we did it and everything. And it was when we left, there was 100% a dude out towards the front in front of one of the rooms with like half a mouth of teeth.
He's clapping. He's clapping for
like,
you.
Oh my God, dude. And then I went back to the school and watched my kids' lacrosse game. Like it was fucking perfect. Like we left. Fireman's like, he's like, that's like the best $65 I ever spent. I was like,
what were you about to say? What were you about to say there, Press?
Are you sure it's not Paul's Motel? Because
Paul's down on the south end.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, Euclid's gone. I think.
Euclid got torn down. So I was like, wait a minute.
Euclid Motel.
Where is it?
It's right by. It's right around the court. It's like in between like Mr. Hot Dog.
Oh, okay.
And
You're talking about the one across the street.
Yeah, that's what I was clarifying. Yeah. Like everybody used to go to Paul's Motel. That was. Yeah.
You're right. And Paul's is the one I went for the prom to. Wasn't the Euclid?
That's the one down by 7-Eleven.
Yeah, Paul's.
I'm sure they're both on par for.
Yeah. And of course, the one over here in Washington used to be like skeezy like that too.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do a scientific study. We measure the amount of cum in Hattrick's bedroom versus the amount of cum inside of one of these skeevy hotel rooms.
There might be other things you don't want to know.
Right?
You didn't like roll over on a needle or anything.
So you don't bring like a black light to those rooms.
The whole thing would glow. Just the whole room is just glowing.
Even the more expensive ones you could bring a black light to and you might go, ugh.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Oh man! So
I mean, it ended up inside of me, and then he came all over my tits. He came twice. So
Dude, the guy's a stud. He just gets you. He gets too. Does he get soft at all during the tour? He just come, keep going, come again.
Yeah, I think
Jesus
I've seen his dick soft once, and it's been like 6 months that we've been fucking.
Wow.
I mean, there's been a couple times it's been like half-mast. Like it's been on its way. Like he came over, God, a few mornings ago. He came over before work and like crawled into bed. It was like 4:30 in the morning, and like. It was already hard. Like he got into my bed and it was hard. Like, but I think it's because he knows. He knows every time he's coming over. He knows what's going to happen.
Is he just jacking off on the road, or what's he doing?
He's just, I don't know. He's very.
Oh man,
sure,
you know what?
Like some hymns or Blue Chew.
I brought that up to him finally, and he says, and like I said, the more that we've been hooking up, the more that I'm like I remember I thought it at the beginning. But it happens enough now that I'm like, I just think this is how he is. And that's what he said. He's always been like that. So he just hasn't had that dip yet. Probably because he's getting it so much.
I feel like I'm failing you, Hattrick, and you should be the one who points this out for more often. One of the first things that Hattrick, when she came on the show, we would always have the applause ready for her and everything. I had just a light bulb moment that is so stupid. I was looking up the Red Wings hockey, the scoring horn for you. So every time she does this thing, and I was actually went down a rabbit hole looking for all of them because I didn't realize each team has a different horn. Did you know that?
No, but it makes sense.
So I wanted to get the Wings one, so I was looking for the Red Wings horn for you this morning. Like one of my at Hockey Goal Score Siren. That's literally the last thing I was searching this morning, and then here it is for you. I was gonna play this. You know. This needs to be on the board for all Hattrick hockey stories, right? This is like the start of your sexiest time stories, Hattrick, right? Just the horn sound the whole time. What do you think?
You know, it's funny, like just going to the Hattrick thing. So like you gave me the grad party invite. And I had it on my table, like whenever you're here. And like my kids, it says Hattrick on it. And my daughter, she's like, who's that from? And I was like, oh, it's from the kid. I'm like, it's, his daughter's grad party. She's like, I was wondering. She's like, because it said Hattrick, I figured it was one of those guys. Because like my kids do know, they know my nickname's Hattrick. They don't know why my nickname's Hattrick. The explanation I've given them is that I've just hooked up with a few, a handful of hockey players. And so because of that, like that's, you know what? Nope, that's a lie. My daughter does know about the Twins. She does know about those ones, but she doesn't know there was another guy there.
It's only because you guys were watching that damn rivalries show together and you had to bring it up the story.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, she doesn't clearly doesn't know about Zool or anything like that.
How was prom for your kids?
Oh yeah, so tell me about do you see, I know when I went to prom, I was going to get some. You know what I mean? And I assumed my kid was doing the same shit I'm doing. Well, you said, what are the, because I remember having to go get condoms for that night. And my dad, I was walking in, I had a bag. What's in the bag? I'm like, nothing. And he got really defensive. I wouldn't tell him what was in the bag. Just fucking rubbers.
He knew.
That's all it was.
No, so my daughter and her boyfriend, like I know she's too innocent. Like I know she hasn't yet because I know that she'll tell me when she does it. So there was nothing there. So like, my son went to prom and he went stag, but he was hanging out with his girl. Like now he's got a girlfriend. His first girlfriend was this girl that he's liked, and they hung out a lot at prom and everything. He's the one I'm more worried about than my daughter. Like my daughter, I'm not worried about, and I feel like I've tried to teach him well. But he 100% will be the one to do it first. Are
you worried that a girl that he is interested in is going to be a little more on the aggressive side, or is he going to, because a guy, and I cannot imagine being a high school boy right now, being you're kind of hesitant at first anyway, just because you don't know and you're just nervous in that respect. But nowadays, you can't do anything without having some type of thing hovering over your head. Dude, you got to just to get permission. Yeah, you're right, permission to.
I don't know. Like I've not met her yet. I'm going to meet her tomorrow. My daughter doesn't like her. So
you're a mom. You're not going to like her immediately.
I don't know. I'm trying not to like pass judgment, right? But like, because my son has said that like she's in the same grade, but she got held back, so she's 18. And I'm like, okay, well that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like especially if you guys are in the same grade, like that's okay. But then like they were texting and all this stuff, and he came up all giddy, about her. She's basically the one that said like, hey, like I'm really interested in like dating you, which is fine, right? Except for the fact that he showed his sister the text, and then I got to see the text, and it was her telling him she loved him and wants to be his girlfriend. And I'm like, you're not even dating yet. I'm like, that's a red flag, dude. And I told him that, and like I could see it like dash him, and I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to whatever, buddy, but like that is a really big red flag. Yeah. And my daughter's even like, yeah, like the one guy she dated last summer, after dating a week, told her that he loved her. And she literally broke up with him like a week later because she's like, no, you don't know what that means. Mm-mm. And then I heard that a teacher overheard him saying it to her.
Oh God.
So I'm it's, and I don't think it's like I said, I'm trying to like be open-minded here, but like just knowing that already, like I know that I'm really trying to not pass that judgment on her, but I'm worried about him because like he's got to experience it and he's got to figure it all out on his own. But I like,
you know what it is too?
Like, I feel like I need to remind him, like, you need to use condoms. I don't care if she says she's on the pill. You need to fucking use condoms because you can't trust this bitch. Like if she's telling you she loves you right away.
Disease right away.
Well, there's that too. But like, I mean,
with spermicide, make sure they get spermicide.
I mean,
here's a word that probably applies to that age group versus that doesn't apply to us. Infatuation. I don't think that as an adult, there's been very rare times that you get infatuated with somebody as an adult versus as a kid, because you haven't never thought these thoughts or felt these feelings before. I
saw some like a reel about it, and it was after Wally. And I'd never heard of it before. Look up limerence.
Limerence. How do we spell limerence?
Limerance. I think there's only one of them.
Okay, let's show.
But even if you read the freaking,
so
that's what it is. It's like an infatuation, like
emotional state distinct from other forms of love. Limerence is characterized by intense feelings of attraction and longing for a specific person, often accompanied by idealization and a tendency to overlook flaws. The article also it's kind of
it's a little bit more, a little bit different, like, slightly different than infatuation, but it has those things, right? Yeah. But it's like you have and it reminded me of me and Wally because like we had that chemistry. We've always had that chemistry, right? There was that, and we kind of crashed hard into each other last summer.
Mm-hmm. I can kind of explain that a little bit. You guys were when you guys were initially brought together, and there was a little bit of chemistry and there was some fun and there was a lot of that, and that kind of lingers. That you probably both flicked your bean and jerked off to those thoughts
100%.
Many a time. So when it was brought to fruition, where you guys could actually do it, it was like, whoa, this is what I've been daydreaming about forever.
But that's exactly it. Like, and so when I saw this like concept, I'm like, okay, I can see that a little bit, and it's. You think that it's more than what it is, and it's a little bit more than an infatuation because there are feelings there. Like there are feelings there.
Yeah.
There's other things that are there, but it's right here. Like the early stages, like resemble addiction. There's that like I said, but when you crash hard into each other, and there's that chemistry, and you want to be together, and all this kind of stuff, and so. I think that some of these young kids get that feeling, and like I said, with the chemicals, right? We talked about that earlier. They've never been in love. They don't know what that is, and so it resembles it.
Once you get burned a few times,
you get that dopamine, hit of that, like.
Well, I on my breakfast show maybe a week or so ago, I talk about really kind of feeling for people who try to love me, because I will keep people into this safe, comfortable distance from me, so that if everything crashes and burns, which I've seen a million times, I don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's this complete protection mode, which I feel kind of sorry for people who have to do this. But when it comes down to it, there's been a few instances, probably within the last maybe 5 or 6 years. I can maybe count on one hand where I felt maybe this, and it was on a Tinder date. It was with a couple individuals that I'm friends with, where it's mostly the physical. You probably have these instances where you see somebody you like, and it's just like you get this. And it reminds you of the years where you're younger and stuff like that, and it's fun.
Which is the way that I felt with Wally last summer. Like I felt like it was
Youthful.
that young.
Yeah.
And so I can, like I said, so I see that in my son, and I'm just like, okay, it's his first girlfriend. It's the first girl that's really showed interest in him. So yeah, it's very easy to fall into that infatuation.
So do you think
feelings,
you're the sweet spot you're in with Fireman right now? Do you think that could be something that just stays steady? And at what point does that become just like the normal average thing? Like, how often are you guys banging each week? There's probably no set number, like maybe 3 times this week, once the next week, not for a while. Like, is it a weekly thing? You guys are keeping it pretty steady.
For the most part, yeah.
And you guys just don't hang out at all, right?
We do sometimes, but for the most part, it's banging or it's hanging out. And like he'll stop over after work, but he'll have a beer, and so we'll bullshit and stuff. Or we'll have a drink and then bang, or we'll have one after and stuff.
Do you ever blow him while he's doing something else?
No, but it is. I would say it's easily 90% just banging. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it's easier to kind of pull that back, because it's not. But when we do hang out, we have a ton of fun. And we will just text and bullshit and stuff like that. So could it be more? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like I said, it's been like 6 months that we've been doing this. But I'm okay if it doesn't. And I guess, and I say that I'm okay with it. I am okay with it being the way that it is, but that doesn't mean that sometimes I don't want more or wish there was more.
You go for it.
Any updates on 27? Have you heard back from him?
He and I still chat all the time. We haven't hung out since the back-to-back. But
the Fireman's been still kind of pushing to get some stuff of you doing things with other people?
He brings it up. It kind of shifted after it happened, then it kind of shifted to Zool. Zool happened, so it's kind of shifted back a little bit, which is fine.
You live the best of both worlds, because the guy wants you to actually do stuff with other dudes. So you got that set. Like my instances in the past where when I was single, I was out doing whatever I wanted. I was really protective of that. The circumstances that I got into the relationship with Erasure, we were, we had some play toys, and we did some stuff. But there's a distinct line of when that isn't going to happen again. And I think you've mentioned that when it comes to like the jealousy thing, where it's like once you get your thing, it's my thing, So it's interesting how you kind of have the best scenario. You can't really, if you were to write down on paper, you want to have a bunch of different flavors. You got a guy who actually encourages you to have a bunch of different flavors. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wonder too if that's his way of keeping that boundary too.
Like, oh yeah, intentionally letting you have a long leash.
Yeah, which is fine. It's like I said, it's I'm content with where it's at right now. Like
the thing is, like we mentioned in the past, she's very welcoming when it comes to being open and talking about all this shit too. Let's say I could bring this up with Erasure for sure because of what we've done in the past. But like, have you ever had women in the past, Prez, where you're going to bring up like bringing extra girls in or doing things like that, or have they ever been suggesting of that?
In past relationships, I have had that happen. Yes, and that's when it has happened. Not in the current relationship I'm in.
What's your take on that? What's your take on? Did you try it out?
No, it's up to the woman. It's the woman's call because they're the one that has to feel comfortable more in that situation when it comes to it.
I'm too selfish.
But then there's also the times where I've had like current relationship. It's like, no, I don't share well, and that's the way both of us felt. I don't want to, we've got toys though. Mm-hmm. I'm always down to buy new toys. Tried a new one out last night. So anyway,
my take on everything is just, I'm too selfish.
Yeah.
And if there's ever a moment where there's multiple girls and they're not paying attention to me, I'm be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've been at one of the first threesomes I was in with two girls that used to work at Chi-Chi's. And it was their idea. We're all drinking, hanging out afterwards on a Monday night football night. And the one girl, it was more attention between her and I on each other. And the other one felt left out and went and crashed out on my couch.
Isn't that how Sookie said Sookie did that?
Yeah. And there's definitely I've had various dynamics in these, right? Like the fireman is not selfish at all. He is one of the least selfish guys lovers, whatever, that I've ever been with, right?
Lovers. Your gentleman lover.
He's fucking, he's not, you know what I mean? Like, when Zool was there, it wasn't about him. It was about us. It was almost more a little bit about her, knowing it was her kind of first. I mean, you know what I mean? But also making sure I got mine. Like, he was just happy to be there.
As any guy should be.
But there was no, but I've been in ones, like, one of my favorite ones was with Yukon and Big Boobs Brandy. And we were drinking and we're like, we're coming over. And he's like, no, you're not. And we fucking showed up at his apartment and he was like, seriously? And we wouldn't let him do anything. We're like, no, this is about you, but like, we're in fucking control. And that was one of my favorite threesomes. You know what I mean? Because I didn't care about me either. It was about him.
What's Big Boobs Brandy been up to? Have you keep in touch with her at all?
No.
Triple B, baby.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it depends. It's very dependent on who's in there, exactly who the proposition is. Like I said, I mean, it was definitely the fireman's idea with Zool, but it was 100% on only if I was okay with it and also on her terms.
Okay, here's my question now. At what point are you guys going to get together and you're going to just call us on the three-way call so we can hear it? We got to be tuning in. You know how much money you can make?
I was looking at like nanny cams for my room, so if I did bring 27 back over, he could like
he would Wi-Fi know what a nanny cam. He has one in his bedroom still.
So my question is more, Zool now said to you, like, is there some dude that she's interested in to maybe have you guys?
Yeah, and it's funny because like it's after the first time on New Year's Eve, it was a little bit awkward, but it was awkward because neither one of us knew how to approach it between me and Zool, right? Like, I'm like, are you good? Like, I mean, but that one also, like,
that seal's been broken now.
It was fine. She's the one that had come up to me and said that she wanted a redo. I was like, nice. Okay. Because the fireman had kind of said something and I'm like, I don't know where she's at. He's like, okay, well, we're not going to push it. Like, let's not. He's like, only if she's comfortable. Like, and so, I had obviously mentioned it to him. So then he kind of brought it up a little bit more, I think, kind of getting excited, like, oh, this could happen again. And so, like I said, we planned it out. It did happen. And it was much easier this time. Like I said, Zool crashed at my house that night. Like the next morning, like she pieced out, but it's been fine. Like it's been a non-issue. Like we kind of joked about it. She and I were texting last night and kind of joked about it. You know what I mean? Like about her hot girl summer and stuff. I'm like,
she wants around 3.
Well, she hooked up with this guy that she's hooked up with in the past. She was telling me about it like the other night. And she's like, I don't know, man. She's like, I can't do that again. I got the ick. He came inside me and I got the ick. And I'm like, but I'm cracking up because I'm like, that wasn't the case with the fireman, but and I'm like, but I get it. Like there's times that I've done a guy and I've done him a handful of times and all of a sudden something happens at that last time. And I'm like, this isn't going to happen again. And I'm sure you guys have it with girls, right? Like it goes both ways, right? Like it's whether it's mental, whether it's something you're just like, like for her, it was one of those, this guy was one that she knew going in, she probably shouldn't hook up with him.
She's just horny. She didn't masturbate instead. I mean, how many times you get a post-nut clarity and then...
And that's what it was. And I'm just like, I get it. I'm like, hot girl summer. She's like, that's my plan. And I had said something, well, and I didn't give her all the details, but I hadn't told her about 27. And then like, I texted her because like there was, at one point she was going to come over and maybe Sookie, and I'd thrown it out there to 27 too. And I was like, well, I got to let you know who this guy is. And she's like, get it, no judgment. It just hadn't come up really. And she's like, seriously, are you kidding me? She's like, there was freaking, virgin dude. She's like, the two of you and then this guy. She's like, all like back-to-back weekends. I'm like, I don't care. She's like, I know, that's why I can tell you this. Like,
I think it's
just sex, man. Like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My ex-wife, she's, it's weird because if you were to have a conversation with her when we were together, it was like the physical thing is one thing, but when it gets to like emotional and that, it's a completely different monster. I would, when you're someone else's support system in a more emotional way, I think instead of confiding in your person, that's to me is more cheating than just fucking jacking me off or fucking sucking me off.
Well, and I've said this before on the show. Like, I don't know if I could have a threesome with somebody I was serious with and emotionally attached to. Like, I've never done it when I've been in a relationship. Like, my ex used to bring it up about wanting to, and I'm just like, no, I'm with you, man. Like, I don't want to bring whether it's a guy or a girl. I don't want to do that. Like, I have that. You've evolved to that with Erasure, right? To the point where like you had some fun, and now you're at the point you're like, we have a good thing.
Well, what I find interesting is like the certain ways that, like, here's for instance for you, and this is a funny one. This just happened last night before I went to bed. We're watching the Tiger game, or not Tiger game. The Tigers were rained out yesterday. I was watching some baseball. I turned on Ken Burns' documentary, the baseball documentary, because the guy's voice in that notoriously is calm and peaceful, puts you to sleep really, really easily. Okay, so I said I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to fall asleep in no time. So, sure enough, I'm mid sentence. Boom, I'm out. And then I shake two, and I have to go to the bathroom. She goes, you're amazing. You can just like you're talking mid sentence, and boom, you're just sleeping. She goes, you have narcolepsy, right? So I go to the bathroom, I come walking back in. She goes, I think you might really have narcolepsy. She goes, don't you remember the Leslie story? And I was like, what do you mean the Leslie story? When I had little freaking brown sugar fever, I was messing around with this woman, little black chick, and she was at the house the one night, and I was going down on her. But she tended to come over really super late at night. So I'm not blaming my narcolepsy on this, but the story was I was eating her out, and I fucking fell asleep with my head between her legs.
I've never done that.
Never had that
Straight up. Like, and she was in complete disbelief. She's like, what? You just fucking fell asleep by your fuck. Well, the thing is, she was kind of selfish in this respect. She loved me eating her. I would go down on her for a really long time. I'd be down there, and she would ride it out. And it was almost like probably the longest oral sessions I'm ditching out. It was fucking crazy, man. But I fucking fell asleep. So Erasure and she's comfortable bringing stuff up like that because I've always told her all the fucking crazy stories. Mm-hmm. I mean, she knows all about all my singles stuff I was messing around with and what I was doing and who I was doing and this. And so, but now I don't think that, I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and have a conversation with her. Be like, hey, what's up? Hey, we used to do this. What's your take on that now? I would be curious about that. As long as there's not a dude in the mix, I'm fine. Fuck the dudes. Nobody wants to fucking die. Come on. I'm the only dude. I wanted to play a clip that I found that I thought this. If my mom were to tell you, here's what I think my mom thinks all the time. Okay, now she's not going to use these vulgarities, but this is my mom's take on me. In general now. Hopefully this works because, a lot of these things are fucked up here. So this is what I think my mom thinks about me. Ready?
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help.
Yes, you do, motherfucker. You do need my help, sir. Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
Fuck you, I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Wow, this is...
You gotta ask Jesus Christ.
I don't have to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not gonna force you to do it.
You're sinning right now.
No, I'm not, motherfucker. You fucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking accuser. You motherfucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
You motherfucking accuser. Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker. Yes, ma'am.
That's a mega supporter, isn't it?
I love how she turns on him. Hello.
She's missing her red hat.
He won't repent. When I watch this, I hate to say it, but I think these are the thoughts in my mom's head, except the son of a bitch part. That would probably be detrimental to her own. But I just thought that was fucking hilarious. You accuser!
Is that in a Walmart?
It looks like it's in a Walmart.
Or Dollar General?
That was one of my first observations. I'm like, of course that would happen in a Walmart. Like,
I love the fact that the guy's filming and she's like not even paying attention to the goddamn camera. Fucking hey. Life is fun. I got other clippy dippies here. This is one I found of. This is what Hat Trick in her retirement is going to be like. Okay, you ready for this one?
God.
This is all the men.
I've sucked on more balloon knots than John Wayne Gacy at a children's birthday party.
I mean, I haven't taken a load like that since I blew my parole officer in the back of that Bass Pro Superstore.
Hey, Nancy, quick question. You ever shoot a ping pong ball out your hoo-ha?
Mabel, you ever had your gag reflex blown out giving roadhead on the way to church?
Linda, you ever woken up hogtied in the back of an El Camino at a Stop the Steal rally?
Out of nowhere, this woman pegs me in the ass while I'm watching Matlock.
Hey, Susan, you ever get double stuffed with a 3-meat burrito by a gang of minimum wage workers out back of a Taco Bell? I haven't had this much fun since I blew the entire Shriners convention in a Ramada Inn hot tub.
I saw this meme once, and it was something along the lines of like, I'm living, I can't wait till I'm that grandma that just says the most ridiculous things at the holiday dinners when he brings up these stories. I'm like, yep, that's going to be me.
We do that now automatically. It's great. Yesterday morning, I get really spoiled when it comes to the girls. There's a lot of presents for my birthday waiting at the house, just sitting there waiting for me. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is cool. I'm going to be 51 years old, and I'm still getting these presents, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling. So I'm in bed. I got to sleep in yesterday a little bit because we didn't record. So I'm in there, and I bring up this video. It's a guy with cerebral palsy, and I don't know if he's a comedian, but his Instagram account is him with all this self-deprecating humor, right? So the thing is, it says, if I hit a home run, my disease will go away. So he's got a bat in his hand, and they're just chucking baseballs at him, and he's flailing around in a wheelchair, and I could not control it. It's like I'm going straight to fucking hell. It was so bad, man. Do you ever think that to yourself sometimes, where you're just like, you're doing some shit, you're just like, I'm done for. I am done for, man.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. All right, let's wrap it up. We've been doing this shit for an hour. Let's Hat Trick, did you enjoy your I'm totally gonna get that hockey noise on there for you.
You need to close out with that one song I sent you, that Ring of Fire parody.
I got it right here. Yep, I love it. It's right over here. I just put it in there this morning.
I saw it up there.
Yeah, it's right here somewhere. It's right underneath Bella Thorne and her hot ass. Where is it? This shit keeps moving. There it is, right here. I love this. Okay, I will play this one. Actually, no. I want to feature just one quick Instagram account you guys need to check out, and I'm sure you guys follow. Do you follow this guy? What the hell's his name? Chris Valenti. Chris Valenti. This guy's account has been popping up for me lately, and he's really fucking good. Watch this.
For election, he rigged it so that Donald Trump would win. According to his baby mama, Ashley St. Clair, one of his baby mamas, he, quote unquote, this is Elon's words, released an anomaly into the matrix, guaranteeing that Donald Trump would win. And then Elon Musk knew that Donald Trump won the election 4 hours before anybody else in the United States of America knew it. She just spilt the beans. It's fucking incredible. I think she was on Crystal Kyle and Friends, Kyle Kalinske, Crystal Ball. Shout out to those two. I fucking love you. Dark Woke Commander Kalinske, we love you. On top of that, Trump's got his 1.7, it's 1776, believe it or not. It's $1,776,000,000. That's the slush fund he got of your money, taxpayer money, that he is going to be reallocating to the January 6th insurrectionists, himself, his family members, and his businesses, as well as like GOP candidates, or like Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. He's requesting $400 million from that slush fund. The leader of the Proud Boys, a terrorist, he's requesting $5 million from that slush fund. That's your money, and you're going to give it to him because you're an American citizen. You're a slave. That's what that means. And then what else? We also talked about the DNC released its autopsy on Kamala Harris's loss in the 2024 election. And not only was it fucking AI generated, but it was a pile of horse shit. You can comb through the 196-page document, and it doesn't mention Israel, Gaza, genocide, or Benjamin Netanyahu fucking once. When all of us know the reason why Kamala Harris lost that election, there's a bunch of reasons. But the number one main reason was because she didn't distance herself from Genocide Joe, because she is an ideological Zionist and was willing to send your tax dollars to Israel to keep on funding their slaughtering of Palestinian children. And she would have also done that as president. This is why Kamala Harris tacked to the right and said, like, we're going to build a wall, instead of tacking to the left and embracing more progressive values. This is because the DNC fucking hates you. See, the GOP wants to kill you. Okay? The DNC just fucking hates you. That's the difference between these two parties, and both parties are ideologically slaves to Israel. Isn't that surprising? But anyway, I got a whole new YouTube video talking about...
This dude is fucking crazy. Some of the rants he goes off on are fucking nutty. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But this is a calm one. He'll go fucking ape shit.
So that's the thing, like these primaries that just happened where they all went, in favor of Trump-supported candidates. And that's why, all this buildup of the primaries that are going to be happening in the fall, or not primaries, but the elections are going to be in the fall. I wouldn't be surprised that all the Democrats lose because is something in that's been implanted.
That's why he's still so focused on 2020 is because it was supposed to be rigged, so he won 2020 and he didn't. Why do you think he still harps on that?
I didn't think of that.
Why do you think he still harps on 2020? It doesn't. I mean, it shouldn't matter since he won in 2024, right? Like, ultimately, it shouldn't matter because he's president again. But he continues to focus on 2020, and it's because he was told by Musk, by whoever, that it was in the bag, and he fucking didn't.
It's fucked up.
Because there was something that wasn't accounted for, or the mail-in ballots because of COVID, right? That which is why he's so against the mail-in ballots, because you can't fucking
jerry-rig
those as much. And that's why he's still so harping on it, is because he's a narcissist and he can't accept the fact that he was told he was going to win and he still fucking lost.
Yeah. With the technology the way it's set up, you'd think it'd be easy to rig these fucking elections. It shouldn't even be questions.
There is no way he won every single fucking swing state. There's none. I refuse to fucking believe that he won every single swing state in 2024. 15 out of 17, sure. But they were dumb enough to have him overwhelmingly win all of them. And that's the tell for me right there.
All right. Palate cleanser. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
No, this is a different one. This is a great one. This is our listener line. This is our new listener line we got. Ready?
Need to call the Muppets? All Mommy has to do is dial 976-2424.
Hi-ho, what's Mommy wearing? Let me hear Mommy fart a little something for me. Come on, don't be shy. Make it fart.
Why did the Mommy call the Muppet sex line? Give up? Because she's a real filthy bitch. Now let me hear you fart a little bit.
Hello, Mommy. Do you want to hear me make it fart for you some?
Dial a Muppet is less than 14 cents a call from the 212-516-718 or 914 area codes. If you love the Muppets, you'll love Dial a Muppet.
I love AI.
As catchy as the don't put bananas in your
What's
butt
our listener
song.
line? Was it 989?
341-3314.
There you go.
All right, let's play this and we'll wrap it up here. This is the song you sent yesterday. I love it.
Train is a-running, she takes it from all ends. Her boyfriend thought that it'd be fun to invite all his friends. Now in her holes they're jizzing, he's crying in the hall. His friends, they will be leaving, oh, with empty balls. When they first started dating, she told him, sweetie, hon, if I'm gonna settle down, I can't have only one. I'll treat you so good, baby, but I will need some more. I know just who I am, I'm a skeezy whore. She'll suck dick in a bathroom, she'll suck dick on a train, she'll suck dick in a gas station or in the pouring rain. Oh, she was born for slutting, that's just how she was bred. Her boyfriend tried some sharing, and now he's full of dread.
Classy. All right, everybody, I'm the kid. This is going deep. Chill to the next one.
8